Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Maria Jada Way back with another little video, y'all. And today I thought I would do a video on the show Moesha. Let's get into it. It was a staple back in the day, right? And I think when we were younger and we were watching it, we really didn't have any idea, especially being 90s babies, exactly what was going on. But let's take a look inside the show. So we have Moesha, a teenager that, lost her mom, um, has her dad, her little brother Miles, and then she has her step mama D. So Moesha is basically going through the growing pains, you know what I'm saying, and trying to get adjusted to everything, new way of life, and missing her mom, which is totally understandable. Then we're just gonna kind of fast forward a little bit. She has her friends, Hakeem, Kim, Nisi, and Dale. She is the neighborhood auntie mama, trying to keep everybody in line, runs the den, doing her thing. And so yeah, let's go ahead and keep fast forwarding. Then I believe it's like around season four-ish, five-ish. Dorian comes in the picture, and he not on here, but y'all know that was Brandy's real brother, Ray J. So he comes into the family, and I believe it was on season five. Aunt Hattie comes to the house and drops a bomb. And so on this particular episode, Aunt Hattie's standing in the kitchen, and Dorian says, "What's up, Aunt Hattie? You remember me?" And she was like, "Oh, Miles, you've gotten so big." And so Moesha was like, "Aunt Hattie, that's not Miles, that's Dorian." And so she's like, "What? It is?" And then so yeah, she was like, well, at first it was an adjustment, but we've all gotten used to it. I believe that was Dee's response when Aunt Hattie was like, and Dee, you're okay with this? Whew. So y'all, and let me just say this for the people who may not have watched Moesha before. So Dorian was supposed to be the cousin the whole time. And comes to find out, he's the son of Moesha's dad, Frank. And I said all that to say is, can we just look at all the drama that happened? Because Frank in this whole show was like the dad that, you know what I'm saying, just went hard and on both of his children, especially Moesha, because she was the oldest. And, just wanted a better life for them and give them the best. And he was really strict and he was really hard. But I can probably say this too. I can appreciate kind of the way that he was, because he was probably operating off of different things that he had endured within his life and choices that he had made, right? Be patient, child. I'm going somewhere with this. So I said all that to say that, yeah, it might look one way on the outside, but like in Frank's mind, he was probably doing this for sure. Y'all internet nephew was doing too much. Hold on. He was probably operating off of guilt, the choices that he made, and he just didn't want to see them go down the same path. So, and you could tell, like in this episode, he felt really humiliated. He felt really bad for, how everything came out. But at the same time, you do have to hold a person to a level and a standard of accountability. Because, like Dee said, now, Frank, how long were you going to hold this from us? And why were you waiting so long? His thing was that he was waiting until Dorian turned 18 to be able to tell them what was really going on. And even with that being said, you just have to think about all of the moving parts. Like, even though he moved on from the situation, Frank, I'm saying he moved on from the situation, like, there's still people around you that is affected by the choices that you made. Maybe you didn't make it in this moment, but you making them back then still affects your right now. Also, let me just say as well. So, then there's even that piece, that you have to deal with the way that Frank handled Dorian this whole time, having him live in this delusion that he was actually his uncle when in actuality he was his dad. That's traumatic. That's a lot of stuff to unpack. We're not even gonna do it on this video, but we're just gonna keep going. But with all of that said and all of the summation, what I was trying to get with is, people are human, they make mistakes, and at the end of the day, no matter how much it has hurt you and stuff like that, yes, make your boundaries, protect your peace at all costs, but just extend grace, extend understanding. And I think a lot of times we forget that when it comes to people, because especially depending on the relationship with that person, it can kind of put you in a mind frame where you just like, dang, how do we bounce back from that? those are the questions that we ask. Is this something that's repairable? And that show really I love, let me just say this, I love like the 90s shows. Yeah, they had drama, they had betrayal, they had just all kind of stuff, but that's true stuff that we can all relate to. So yeah, hopefully this video wasn't all over the place. Hopefully it's gonna help somebody, with a situation that you may be going through or something like that. But just remember, grace and mercy, just let those take you over, consume you, not to the point where you are disrupting your peace, but at all costs, if you need to forgive a situation, forgive a person for a situation, do that for yourself. You're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself, because I promise you it's freeing. So just don't hold on to any grudges or anything like that, because I don't know, but just thinking about this episode and thinking about the show Moesha made me think about this video. So hopefully it does reach somebody and I hope it helps. Y'all drop down in the comments what y'all liked about this video. I'll let y'all in the next one. Bye.